Posture is the cornerstone of the Qi running technique and crucial to building strong core muscles. We begin with posture because it is the single most important factor in developing good running form. Running with your posture out of alignment can create tension, fatigue, discomfort, and even pain. Good posture is a straight line that runs between your shoulder, your hip bone, and your ankle. We will call this straight line your column. When your posture is aligned properly, your body weight is supported by your bones, ligaments, and tendons because they are lined up in a vertical line. Try this exercise. Stand with your best posture and walk in place by lifting your legs. Feel how minimal your muscle usage is. Now bend slightly at the waist and do the same exercise. Can you feel the increase of work going on in your quads and lower back? The further you get away from a straight line, the more work your muscles have to do. Here's how to work towards good posture. Step 1. Align your upper body and head. Straighten your upper body by putting one hand on your belly button and one hand just under your collarbone. Now lift with your upper hand while pulling down with your lower hand. This motion will straighten your upper spine without throwing your shoulders back and tightening your upper back muscles. Upper body alignment opens your chest and allows you to breathe more fully and easily. Here is Aga with her thumb and middle finger positioned just under her collarbone. She is resting her chin on her pointer finger, making a tripod. This will hold your head and neck in line with your spine, ensuring that you don't tilt your head back when running. Once the upper body is in good alignment, we align the lower body. Step 2. Aligning your feet. Check to see if your feet are parallel and hip-width apart. If your feet turn out when you run, it will aggravate your knees, because instead of your foot landing pointed forward, your feet will land pointing out, creating torque on your knees. To practice this when you're running, pretend you're running on a tightrope, with the inside of your foot lining up with the center line of the imaginary rope. Step 3. The vertical crunch. We'll align the pelvis to ensure your core muscles are engaged so that your column stays straight while you're running. I call this the vertical crunch. With feet parallel, put one hand just below your belly button. Put the back of your hand over your sacrum, just above your tailbone. Pick up your front hand and let the back hand remain in place, which will level your pelvis and engage your core muscles. The key here is to use your lower abdominals to pick up your pubic bone to level your pelvis. Don't drop your tailbone or clench your glutes. Step 4. Connect the dots. We'll now connect the dots between your shoulders, hips, and ankles. With your upper body aligned and your feet parallel, drop your chin and look down to see if you can see your shoelaces. If you can't, your hips are too far forward. To adjust your alignment, put your fingers on your hips and move your hips back until you can see the bows of your shoelaces. Then lift your head without moving the rest of your body. At first, this may feel odd, as if you're bent at the waist. However, you are now engaging your abdominals and holding your posture straight. Once you've confirmed that your column is straight, memorize the sensation in your body. Then shake yourself out and practice it 4 or 5 times until you can move right into a straight column. Practicing this every day will build strong core muscles and improve every aspect of your life, not just your running. Step 5. One-legged posture stance. Once you feel you've got the sensation of good posture in your body, Stand with your feet together and practice the same exercise while alternately shifting your weight from one leg to the other. This will train your core muscles to hold your posture while your weight is supported by only one leg at a time. This is the one-legged posture stance. Let's review. Step 1. Use your hands to adjust and align your upper body. Step 2. Align your lower body by making your feet parallel. Step 3. Do the vertical crunch by picking up your pelvis in front, engaging your lower abdominals. Step 4. Connect the dots by looking for your shoelaces. When you confirm you have a straight column, memorize the sensation. Step 5. Do the exercise with your feet together while shifting your weight from one leg to the other. Leaning allows gravity to pull you forward. Leaning takes an immense amount of the workload off your legs and creates highly efficient running. The less you use your legs to push yourself forward, the more efficient of a runner you will be. Your lean is your gas pedal. If you want to run faster, you lean more. If you want to run slower, you lean less. With chi running, your speed has little to do with the strength of your legs. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The more you can relax your hips and legs, the easier it will be to run faster and more efficiently. The key to leaning correctly is to practice leaning from your ankles while keeping your lower legs limp. In terms of injury prevention, leaning is crucial if you want to avoid knee injuries. If you run upright, your heel will strike in front of your body, which is like putting your brakes on, creating impact on your knees. Step 1. Lean into a wall or a fence. Stand with your best posture in front of a wall or a fence. Stand one shoe length away with your feet together. Now relax your lower legs and fall forward, catching yourself with your hands. If your heels come up, you're not relaxing your lower legs. Your heels should remain in contact with the ground and your lower legs should feel relaxed. There should be no increase on the pressure under the balls of your feet. Just let go of any tension in your lower legs and let your body fall forward. Maintain good straight posture at all times. Pick up your pelvis in front if you need to. This will keep you from bending at the waist. Practice this until you can consistently maintain relaxed lower legs. Step 2. The one-legged lean. Do this leaning exercise while alternately shifting your weight from one leg to the other. This is the same as the one-legged posture stance, except that you've added a lean, which is what you'll be doing when you're running. Here you can see the difference between running upright and running with a lean. Let's review. Step 1. In the posture stance, stand with your feet together in front of a wall, one shoe length back. Then relax your lower legs and fall into the wall while holding your posture line straight. Step 2. Shift your weight from one leg to the other while repeatedly leaning. In terms of energy efficiency, it takes much less energy to pick up your feet than it does to push your body forward. In chi running, you will not be pushing yourself forward with each stride. In fact, you will be simply picking up your feet to keep up with your forward fall. Feel the difference between picking up your feet and pushing off with your feet. Run in place for 5 seconds. Now pick up your feet for 5 seconds. Now run in place for 3 seconds. Now pick up your feet for 3 seconds. Which would you choose if you were asked to do one or the other for 3 hours? Here's another way to feel what lifting your heels feels like. Start by shaking out your ankles to relax them. Stand with your best posture and let yourself fall forward. You'll notice that Chris didn't fall on his face, and I bet you didn't either. That's because he intuitively picked up his foot to catch his fall. In the Chi running technique, you will learn how to pick up your heels. Your legs are needed only for temporary support between each stride, not to propel you forward. Step 1. Walking exercise. Keep your posture nice and tall and walk by picking your heel up over your opposite ankle. Now walk as you normally do. You should be able to feel the balls of your feet pressing against the ground. Now switch back to picking up your feet and feel how the ball of your foot is not pressing against the ground as much with every step. Walk this way for 20 steps, keeping your lower legs limp through every phase of your walking stride. Relax your ankles until you cannot feel the ball of your foot press against the ground. Feel how relaxed all the muscles in your lower legs are. Once more, go back to walking normally and you'll feel every muscle, ligament, and tendon in your lower legs tense up. That's a waste of energy. When you're running, your lower legs should feel the same level of relaxation as they do when you're doing this walking exercise and lifting your heels. Step 2. Wheels on your feet. The image you want to remember is that of pedaling a bicycle, where your feet are moving in a circular motion like wheels, instead of like a pendulum. Here Chris is running with his feet swinging. Here he is running, picking up his feet so that they move in a more circular motion, like wheels. Let's review. Step 1. Practice walking by picking up your heel over the opposite ankle. Step 2. Imagine your feet moving in a circular motion. Your arm swing plays a crucial part in the Chi running technique. Few people know how to really make their arms work for them in a beneficial way. Follow these simple steps and you'll be swinging with the best of them. Step 1. Bend your elbows. Let your arms hang at your sides and bend your elbows at a 90-degree angle. A bent arm will always swing more easily than a straight arm. Don't pump your arms or you'll be wasting your energy. Step 2. Relax your hands. Relax your hands. Hold them with your fingers softly curled inward and your thumbs on top. Pretend that you just caught a butterfly and you don't want to crush it. Your wrists should be straight and not bent backwards. If your joints are tight, it means that your muscles are working more than is necessary. Step 3. Swing your arms to the rear. When practicing your arm swing, it's much simpler to just think of swinging your elbows instead of focusing on your arms. Swing your arms to the rear, not to the front. As your body leans forward, swinging your elbows to the rear creates a balance in the opposite direction. Don't allow your hands to fall below your waistline. The range of motion of your arm swing should be as follows. Your fingers should come back to your ribs, and your elbows should come forward to your ribs. If your arms swing forward, it will cause your legs to swing too far forward, creating heel strike. Shoulders should be low and relaxed as you swing your arms. Holding your elbows out away from your sides will create tension in your upper back and neck. Keep your elbows passing close to your ribs. Step 4. Don't cross your center line with your hands. Don't cross your center line with your hands. Your forearm should swing slightly across your body. But notice Natasha's do not cross her center line, which would create too much side-to-side motion. Let's review. Step 1. Bend your elbows at a right angle. Step 2. Relax your hands with thumbs on top. Step 3. Swing your arms to the rear. Step 4. Don't cross your center line with your hands. As you start your run, it is best to begin by being mindful of what you're about to do. You've been given all the pieces to the Chi running technique, and now here's where we get to put it all together. Step 1. Start with good posture. Always start by setting up your posture. Feel your column and connect your dots while standing so that you can remember it when running. Step 2. Bend your arms. Bend your arms to a 90-degree angle and relax your shoulders. Step 3. Start running. Let yourself begin running with a very short stride length. Your arms should be swinging gently behind you. Run so slowly that your breath rate hardly increases. Step 4. Feel your column. Once you begin running, pretend you're not running. Imagine that you're just practicing your posture stance and that every time your foot touches the ground, it hits at the bottom of your column, not in front of it. You should feel yourself hitting the ground with your midfoot, not your heel. Run this way for a few minutes and don't think about any other focuses or that you're even running. It's just you and your column. Now here's the 3-part process to engage gravity. Step 5. Connect the dots again. Every time your foot comes down at the bottom of your column, connect the dots, shoulders, hips, and ankles. Every time your feet hit the ground, you should have a one-legged posture stance. Keep a short stride length. Once comfortable holding your column, drop your attention to your feet. Keep your feet hitting where they are and allow the rest of your column to tilt forward, ahead of where your feet are hitting. Increase your tilt by only a small amount and relax into this new angle of lean. As you initiate your lean, keep your knees down and your lower legs relaxed. Bend your knees by letting your heels come up behind you. Remember, your lean is your gas pedal. If you want to run faster, lean more. If you want to run slower, lean less. Learn to feel what it's like to engage your lean. By noticing the slowdown, you'll see that you actually accelerated without using your legs to run faster. Repeat this exercise by alternately tilting forward and then letting off. Let's review. Step 1. Check your posture. Step 2. Bend your arms. Step 3. Start running. Step 4. Feel your column. Step 5. Engage gravity. Connect the dots. Drop your focus to your feet. Lean ahead of your foot strike.